Oh, I'm on the tab.
What's up, guys? Jaydaniel here. It's my co-host Victor Marshall. This is the Sales at Home podcast. This is episode 5 of a 5-part series. No, dude. So like follow up. Follow up is big, and I'll tell you why. Because okay, we're talking about sales, right? Not every lead is a one-call close, right? Not every interaction is going to lead to a close per se, right? The fortune's in the follow up. And so this is the same thing. And there's different ways that you can follow up, right? One is obviously content, right? Just put out a message and have them see your face so they can keep you top of mind, right? Demonstrate the traits we talked about in the other episodes. But even more than that, it's actually staying in touch, if you can understand, what these people want in their lives and really connect, hey, how can I help you? Or, hey, I noticed, you put this book out. I actually bought it. I told a couple friends about it. Just be creative, but stay in touch, follow up. If you can truly build and nurture relationships with these people, even if here's an example, right? One time I had an interview for a gig, right? And I didn't get it. This is a while back. I didn't get it. It was through a recruiter, blah, blah, blah. Bunch of experienced people, right? I didn't get it. And so what did I do? I messaged him. I saw an ad that he put up. They put up 2 minutes ago. So nobody commented. Nobody liked it yet. I liked it. And I commented, hey guys, I recommend working with him. He's a straight shooter, great track record. And, I dropped a compliment in the post. Guess who's messaging me within 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
And guess what he's offering me?
A job.
A referral.
Yeah.
With a job. Yeah. And it's not, you shouldn't expect instant gratification to instantly get a result. But dude, if you do that with 10 people, everybody you interview with, you're just putting out good energy while you're starting to brand yourself and put out content, right? You're just creating opportunity for yourself. The thing is, you need to be known. People need to know who you are. You need to start creating engagement, right? Dude, I didn't want to. So I always did put out content. Before, it was more focused on YouTube. Now it's a little bit more divided between different platforms. But when you have a voice, bro, it just adds so much credibility to you that you're known and you can choose who your message gets in front of, right?
Yeah.
So guys, if you're in this industry and you want to be a sales rep, because sales is hard. Sales is hard, but sales is also a life skill. If you want to be a rep in sales, you need to understand the value of follow-up. And follow-up means you never let a lead go until they tell you to fuck off, right?
Yeah. But let's talk about what it doesn't mean, because this gets a little tricky, right? This gets a little sticky.
Sure.
Because you have what I like to call those DM terrorists, right? Who just bomb your inbox nonstop. And they're just like, hey, I've got a couple. Hey, I didn't hear from you. Hey, and they send GIFs and emojis. And they want to make sure that they get a response so bad that they're bombarding you with things. Don't be that person. First of all, if you have not got a response from your initial message after messaging a certain business owner or person that you're trying to network with, it's because it was not valuable. You did not follow the first 4 steps. You did not watch the first 4 videos. So your value proposition is not there. Your marketing is not there. Your intention is not there. Your presence is not there, right? So because of all of that, you've already lost because you haven't done it right. So bombarding that person with messages being like, hey, question mark, hi, question mark, hey, just bumping this up so you see it. Here's an emoji. Are you dead? Those types of tactics do not work if you have not provided value at all. They don't work, period. But if you haven't provided value, you should not be doing them, because you look like every other digital marketer or every other person who's trying to sell you appointment setters or every other person who's trying to sell you VAs, right?
Yep.
That's what you look like. You look like garbage to people who are trying to attract high-level people toward them. And you've now negated any opportunity that you will ever have because you are a DM terrorist. And I cannot stand DM terrorists, the type of people who come in and rant in your DMs. Story time, right? I was a recruiter, was filling out an offer for this company, and they were like, hey, this person can come in and make $100K. Here's the proven record of the people who've done it before. We're selling a certain product, and this product has the opportunity to blow this way, blow that way. Here's all our metrics, blah, 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 blah. I'm looking for someone who's sold. I'm looking for someone who's professional, somebody a little bit older, someone who's got some skill behind them. I find a guy I think would be perfect for it. I set him up with the position. What does he do? He doesn't hear back from the person because they're in different time zones. And all of a sudden he's blasting them nonstop. I'm sitting up and it's late my time zone. And I know that the person who's receiving these messages, it's late for them too. But he is blasting them nonstop with conversation, trying to, oh, hey, I saw this on your marketing, or I saw this on your ad. There's 3 different spots where your typos are put in there. You need to fix your grammatical errors in there. He starts going off about how their marketing sucks and how he can make it better, and how the only way that they're going to get better is if he comes in and he helps them out. I had to message him privately and be like, dude, you need to stop. You're not only making yourself look bad, you're making me look bad for introducing you. Guess who did not get a response from that owner? He. But guess who also lost a client because of a DM terrorist? I did. Right? So
motherfucker. That's crazy.
And it's like this opportunity had the potential for me to put multiple people there. I had the potential to make extra money on top of the money that I was making for the recruiting deal. Like, it was a good deal all around for everyone involved. This guy messed it up because he did not know how to follow up.
Oh, dude.
It's so important. And people really shoot themselves in the foot when it comes to this kind of stuff. What's up, guys? This video is brought to you by Shady Rays, the company where I get these blue light glasses and all of my sunglasses, as well as these Blu-ray glasses here. Right now, for listeners of Sales at Home Podcast, you get $20 off your first order at shadyrays.com. And the link is in the bio. Go right now and get yourself some Shady Rays. They are amazing blue light glasses, really great sunglasses as well. They also have prescription glasses there for you to order as well. Right now, for our listeners, like I said, go to our link in the bio and get yourself some Shady Rays right now, $20 off your first order. So,
dude, you know what? It's really interesting you said that. Like, I think there's one word that encapsulates like true follow-up. Besides obviously like sale, because also like people think being salesy is you push, but no, it's not. Being salesy is understanding when you gotta push, when you gotta show the fuck out, right? It's also understanding what people value, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to be good at follow-up, you need to understand what the person values and you need to give it to them. You need them. I'm gonna take a page out of Jaydaniel. Shout out to him. Take a page from his book. Yeah. They need to be grateful that you exist. Your mindset should be, how do I make them grateful that I exist? Because that opens the doors to their entire world.
Yeah.
Right? Here's somebody in my network. Here's this. Here's that. Right? Make them grateful you exist. Figure out what they value and give it. Don't say, hey, you suck. I can fix it. I'll give you value if you give me. If they have to give you their time, you're asking for something before you've helped them at all. Right? And they're busy. They're just going to look at it and they're going to leave you on red and go away. And then you send another message, and what comes to mind? This guy's needy. This guy's desperate, or even just a feeling, right? What's the feeling when you ignored somebody and they sent you another message? Oof, they want me more than I want them.
So
right?
Good. Yeah.
Well, like you need to understand that. You need to give value without asking for anything. And value to Victor is different than value to me because we're different people. So if you haven't even taken the time to understand what I fucking value, okay, cool. You don't even know what I value. You don't know shit about me. Why are you here? You're trying to get something out of me. Why are you like, go away. That's what everybody thinks about you. You're a nuisance. Like, go away until you prove them different. Right.
Yeah. And that's why we dropped follow-up for last, because all the steps previously up to this has taught you how to be valuable, how to find out what that value is, how to make yourself valuable, how to now approach those valuable people. And now once you've done that, now let's learn to follow up appropriately. So let's 100%. Break it down, because we've been breaking things down this whole time. So let's break it down. What's a great way to follow up after I've DM'd someone or I've had an interview with somebody? What's a great way to follow up?
A great way to follow up. It depends on what they value, but you mean like you sent a DM and they didn't respond?
Or say I've had a conversation. I've had a conversation with somebody, however brief, about a position.
Sure. So it depends on from what angle you're going at it. Like, let's say you actually spoke to them and you felt the position wasn't necessarily a fit. Hey, here's somebody that you could actually talk to. I know you mentioned you're looking for somebody in this position. That's value. If they mention, we've actually been having a hard time with, our marketing or part of our management. Like, hey, I know you mentioned you were having a hard time with those things. There's actually a book that I read. There's actually this book that transformed John's business. He's a guy I really follow. I feel like that might be helpful for you, right? No, helpful. I'm giving you a way to solve a problem that you have.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I mean? Like, dude, just a book
Mm-hmm.
recommendation, right? Like you mentioned that you were struggling with this. Here's a group that you can go to that might be able to help you out, right? Like, you know, value is linked to solving problems. That's why the amount that you get paid is proportional to the size of the problems that you solve.
Yep.
Right. Yep. So what are the problems this person has and how can I solve them for free with them not having to do anything? Right. If you can crack that code for that individual, you're all instantly an asset. All they know about you is that you make their life better.
Yep.
And everybody else they know, bro, is always asking me for shit. They're here. They've made all these mistakes. Dude, do you understand that like 99% of the people in our lives that we know, we've seen them make a mistake or mess something up. We have that imprint in our head that's never going away. You're a stranger. If you just start off on the right foot, you just look good, you know? So that's how you network. You know, master those first impressions and you understand what they value. And you link that to your question you ask.
That brings up a good point, because we've related in every step, we've related our attempt to build a network with our actual on the sales job, right?
Yep.
And there's a camp that Michael Dunleavy, the camp that's like, why do I need to follow up on a sales call? Mm-hmm. And like, there's no need to follow up. And for him, it works. And I've seen a lot of people be like, oh yeah, like I'm just gonna not do that. I'm not gonna not do that. I'm not gonna not do that. I'm not gonna follow up. Here's why it works for Dunleavy, right? Dunleavy has full control. He's a beast, and I love that this works for him because he has full control of his sales process. He has full control over the form that gets sent out, the questions that are asked. He sets his own calls. He vets appropriately in the beginning, so that way he's eliminating objections. And if they face these objections, they're eliminated from the process. So he is controlling the process the whole way because he's built himself enough credibility to be with the business owner and control that. What these salespeople who are newer, who may follow and look and listen and be like, oh yeah, like I like that idea. I'm just not going to follow up. Why do I need to follow up? And you end up ruining things and you end up leaving money on the table because you have not followed up, is because you don't have control. You don't have a system set up for your benefit. So you're playing in somebody else's system that requires you to follow up or lose money. So what I want to be careful of is this idea of like, oh, well, Michael Dunleavy says I don't need to follow up, or anybody else around that same mentality says I don't need to follow up. And
are you insulting Michael? No, I'm just joking.
No, of course not.
I'm just joking. We love
I would honestly, I would love a system that I was in full control of, that I had someone who was like, yeah, you set this whole thing up, you set it up the way you work it, and then when you get it that way, boom.
100%.
And that's why he closes at such a high clip. That's why his calls are so crisp. That's why he can be so direct, because he sets it up the whole way. Little Joe Schmo salesperson coming in on somebody's biz op offer is not that guy.
Zero credibility, very little knowledge of the industry, very little to bring to the table. Like what Victor's talking about, that's big boy shit. Dude's been in sales for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
Right. If you're getting started, you need to understand that like what you got is what you got. If you got $5, you got $5. Maybe you can find 6 right now. You got $5, right?
Yeah.
Like don't try to pretend to be the guy that has 50 G's. Michael's got 50 G's, probably more than that. But you know what I mean? Like,
it's because you have the control of it, right? 100%. He's done what we've been talking about, and he set his process up. He's followed the steps, so that follow-up is a moot point, right?
Yeah.
Now, let me be extremely clear. When you are building your network in order to get a good position, if you follow those steps that we've outlined in this series to get to the point where you are making connections and you are having great conversations, follow-up is a moot point. And that's the parallel that I'm making. But if you have no idea what you're doing and you skip a step here, you miss this, or you don't have full control over your whole system, you're going to need to follow up, and you're going to need to do so smartly, which is why follow-up is the last thing that's in our list. But it's important because a lot of times we don't have the credibility, we don't have the longevity in the industry needed to avoid it. And because of that,
100%.
we have to learn how to do it smartly.
100%.
So if you get off an interview or you're done talking to a business owner, the best thing to do, send an email if you have their email address. Hey, I appreciated having a conversation with you today. I'm going to go walk away thinking about this, and this. I look forward to talking to you in the future.
100%. Yeah, regardless of what happens, I hope I was able to help you today. I hope I was able to shed some insights, or even, just bring any sort of value.
Yeah.
My network is your network. Whatever you need, I got you. You know, like, you're building relationships. And it's like, if you just see yourself as somebody who wants to be given shit, that's how people are going to perceive you. If you present, especially if you start to build a network, if you start to, and bro, it's really not that hard. Like, if somebody likes you, like, you can connect them to anybody. They're in your network, right?
Yeah.
If somebody likes me, I spoke to them 2 or 3 times. If I know they have this problem, I can connect them to somebody else. Dude, I had a guy that connected with me, right? And he thought I was some kind of agency owner. I was in an agency group. I was like 4 years ago, right? And I was like, oh no. And he's like, hey, Mr. Agency Owner, anything you need, I got you. And he's pretty successful. He's like, anything.
Yeah.
But I could tell he built his success off networking. He's like, anything you need, let me know. So I was like, anything I need, huh? All right. So I'm looking for somebody to manage a $200,000 funded account, blah, 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 like trading stuff. I was like, I need this, this, and this. Yo, he just connected me with a guy with $1 million account that needed funding. And we connected, and we had a good back and forth. And it was a good, you know what I mean? It was very good, and it's like that's networking. At first, I was like, who's this guy talking about agency? I'm not even an agency. I'm going to fuck with him. And he actually gave this to me.
You bring up a great point, though. And you can quote me on this. Your network is not for right now. Your network is for later. You don't build it for now, you build it for later. So when you build a network with your hand out, when you build a network like, oh, I want a job, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that, you're shooting yourself in the foot for later when you actually need it. Because you don't, everybody that you network with should not be somebody who's going to give you a position. You should be networking with business owners. You should be networking with marketers. You should be networking with copywriters. You should be networking with other closers and salespeople. You should be networking with VAs. You should be networking with tons of different types of people who are in and outside of the space, because you never know when they're going to intermingle, and you never know when you're going to need to pull out of your bag someone to help somebody else with.
Dude, and you never want to come across as like desperate. That's the thing. I don't give a fuck if you don't have $1 in your bank account. I don't give a fuck if you need a gig yesterday. If you come across as desperate, nobody wants to work with you, because that's an immediate red flag. It's not, I need a gig. Hey, I need money. I need somebody to work for. Why do you need money? Why aren't you working somewhere? Like that. Like, instead, it's, hey, I help solve this problem. This is what I do. Confident, right? And the difference is people see it as, okay, cool, he helped solve that problem. He's a cool guy too. Do I know anybody who he could solve the problem for? Oh, yeah. No. Do that with 10 people, bro. I guarantee one of them's going to be able to help solve the problem, or need your help solving their problem. And guess what that problem could be? Closing deals, setting appointments, being fucking client success. You can make $3-4 grand a month just talking to clients. Like, hey, are you going through the course? Really? How far through it are you? What kind of results are you getting? Would you, that's it. Like these are just problems you can solve.
Yep. And instead, you're walking with your hand out like, this is what I need.
Baby, please don't go. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. It's
not. No.
Oh man.
And that's the best part about networking, is that when it works, it works. And if you do it right, it always works.
But a lot of that, bro, like, because I think there is a degree of like fake it till you make it, but it's also bullshit, right? It's also, who are you, right?
Yeah.
Because if you can just be yourself, right, you can do it consistently and build a brand around that. If you have to pretend to be somebody who's productive or who's a good, helpful person, it's not gonna last. So like, be somebody where in your day-to-day interactions, like you are this person, you're the helpful person who's looking for ways to support, who's honest, who has these skill sets, who wants to solve problems. Be that guy. Like, and if you're that guy, you know what I mean? You don't have to try to pretend to be this weird networker. Like, I believe in personal development and personal transformation, and that's something that we're all constantly going through, whether we want to or not. But it's like, there's a certain level of like, where are you right now and what's the best of what you have, right? Mm-hmm. The better side, you know what I mean? Like, let's say you have $1 and part of it's dirty, right? You have $1. You can clean up the dollar. You can present it in a good way. You can fix your habits. So you're not throwing mud on your fucking money, right? But you don't have $2. You have $1. Don't try to be something you're not, I think that's a big part of it too. So who are you being and who are you choosing to be? Because if you choose to be somebody 100 days ago and you're consistent, guess what? You're that dude. You choose to be freaking buff and strong 2 years ago and you actually stick to it.
Yeah.
You are buff and strong. 2 years will transform any physique.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the game.
Dude, I love it. I love it. I love this series. We've shed a lot of light on how to grow a network. And I think it's super important to 100%. Walk through and just to make sure that you're doing the right things and taking the right steps, because it's not hard. Like you said, it's not hard. It's not difficult. It's not like, something that's long and tedious. It's just communicating and having conversations and getting likable people to like you.
Dude, and there's no competition. Here's the thing people don't understand as well. Like, there's no competition in this world. Everybody's distracted and doing weird shit. If you just act like the top 1%, you join. It's not that crowded. Like, and guys, like, if you did everything that we told you, literally did everything. If you didn't do everything, fuck off or go back to the video. But if you did everything we told you and you're still struggling, like, me and Victor both went through freaking like Jaydaniel's, like, UCM. They have a course for like $100, like check their stuff out, like look for resources to help you out if you can't fix the problems in front of you. But I think we gave you enough with these videos where you should at least be able to start like taking that next step, because you probably already paid for like a sales course or some kind of like remote work course, right? So the tools are there. You just got to take them. So
yeah, for sure, man.
Hope you guys enjoyed this 5-part challenge. We have done our absolute best to add as much value as possible. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Where are we, Victor? Where can they find
5 stars on Apple, Spotify, and Amazon.
That's right, Amazon. Well, cool, guys. It's been a pleasure. Don't forget to stay tuned. I'll see you on the other side.